Welcome to Pinterest. So if you guys aren't familiar with what Pinterest is, then I don't know where you've been living, but if you aren't, then this post is for you. Pinterest can be quite overwhelming at first when you first sign on or if you first just learned about it. I've been on it for a couple of years now and I'm addicted, and trust me, the second after you finish watching this, you will probably be addicted too. So pretty much what Pinterest is, unfortunately, it's pretty much stereotypically just for girls, and I might even have to agree with that a little bit. Yes, of course, guys can go on it and everything like that, but I would say this is just a guess on my part, but about 80% of the people who use Pinterest, if not more, are girls. So, right now I'm just on like my homepage when I open Pinterest, and this is what shows up. So if I clicked on my name, then what it's going to take me to, if it would load, is going to be my page. For some reason, it isn't loading. What in the heck? Oh my goodness, that is going to be really annoying. Let's see if we can get it to do it this time. It's not loading. Oh my god, this is such a fail. It's just like not loading. Oh my god. So sorry about that. Oh, wait, it loaded. Okay, wonderful. So this is my page right now. You can obviously set your own. You can connect it with Twitter or Facebook, so you don't need to like have a whole separate sign-in thing, which is really fantastic. So where you would start off is pretty much they would ask you to pick a name, which could be your name, it could be any name you want. Pick a picture, or it'll import one from Facebook or Twitter, and then you just put a little blurb. You don't even have to. And then you have different boards. So this might be a little bit daunting at first, but you can make boards about anything. So it's pretty much like if you were flipping through a magazine and you wanted to turn down the page because you thought that the outfit was really cute, or because you thought that that makeup look was really cool, then instead of doing that like in paper, you would do it on the computer. And so Pinterest is pretty much like all online things like blogs, videos, just pictures. It takes you to websites to do this, to do that. And you could have boards about any topic that you like. So I have some boards about fashion, beauty, some things about my dream home that I'd like to have, food, so a bunch of recipes, drinks, stuff like that. And then I put my titles a little bit different. You can have basic titles. You can title them whatever you want. You can be super creative on here. And I have one about people who are famous, people that I find attractive, things like that. And then I have one called LOLing, which is anything that I find really funny. And then caught my eye as kind of my like miscellaneous category of things that just like I noticed, but they don't really fit necessarily into other categories. Then I have Someday, which is a lot more like wedding, children, family type things that I'm hoping that would be in my future. I know Pinterest is very popular for people who are planning weddings because it's a great way to organize all the things that you find interesting. And then I also have one for this Keurig because this had something to do with something else, and along with the one at the bottom, so we can kind of ignore those for now. But for the basics, you pretty much can categorize whatever you want to pin. And, you know, if you're not that organized or you're only on it just to kind of look around, you don't even have to repin things. You could just check things out. But I think it's really useful, especially for things like recipes, because for like when I click on this, it's all going to show up pictures. It has one picture that is kind of the basis of what that recipe is. And then when you click on it, it'll take you to a site where it has the recipe. So for instance, this is like all the recipes I've looked at. I mean, sometimes you find a recipe online and then you think, okay, so I'm not going to make this right this second, obviously, but I want to make it like next week or something, and then you exit out and you totally forget about it and you can never find it again because it went into the void of internet searches. And on here you can just save it all, and then you go back through and you can find the exact one that you were looking for. So let's say I wanted to make, I don't know, this pasta thing. So I just click on it, click on the picture, and it'll open up a whole new window over here, so you don't even have to worry about like going back and forth and everything like that. So it opens up a whole new little tab, and then it'll take you right to that website, which will have all the ingredients and the cook time and the prep time and everything like right down here. As you can see, it has kind of like the description and everything. So obviously every website you go to will be different. It'll take you to a different blog, a different website for recipes or whatever. And that's kind of just an example of how Pinterest works. So it's kind of like you see a picture, and instead of just taking you like on Google Images, you click on a picture and sometimes it just takes you to nothing, and it can be really confusing, but this will take you from a picture directly to kind of all the information about it. And then it kind of just, you can see this all right here. It's really well organized, in my opinion. You can hit visit site. You can just like a picture if you didn't want to repin it yourself. You can send it to someone who doesn't have a Pinterest. You can edit it. So if I were to repin this, so I saw someone else pin it and then I repinned it, you would just hit pin and then it goes straight onto your page. And you can also change the whole bottom area, like right here. You can edit it to say whatever you want. You can say, remind myself to make this on Thanksgiving, or, you know, something like that. You can also share it on Facebook and all that kind of things. I accidentally clicked on it again, my bad. And now it's not loading again. Okay, there we go. And then over here on the right side where my little mouse is, of course it's being slow again, but you can have your whole board will come up. So if I pin this and people who follow me on here like they would on Twitter or anything, will, like when I first signed on, you will see the basics of when you first go to the Pinterest. You see all the people you follow and all the things that they've pinned, kind of like a Twitter feed or something like that. And you, like if I pin it, everyone who follows me will see that pin, and then they can click it and they'll see the whole board come up next to it. So for instance, if I just clicked on this, someone that I follow pin this, and I see this whole board, so I could just follow that specific board. So say you want to follow your friend Joe Schmo, then, and he has like a food board and a clothes board and a car board, but you don't care less about cars or clothes and you just want to look at the food one, you can just follow that one. So that's another way that it's really well organized. You can also find people right here and invite people who don't have a Pinterest, which I think is great. And then if you don't follow that many people and you want to, say none of your friends have it, when you go to the main website right here where my mouse is, you click on there and it has all of these categories. So if you're just interested in fashion or weddings or hair and beauty, there's so many different ones. The humor board is probably one of my favorites. I'm on it all the time. And it's really well organized. It's a great way to store any blogs that you follow or a specific blog post that you want to show to a friend. Instead of saving it all to your bookmarks and having it take up space on your computer and history and all that kind of thing, it is way more organized. You just sign in, and you can keep it signed in like you do with Twitter or Facebook or anything. And you just go to your things and you can always see them. I mean, I have recipes on here that I haven't even looked at for over a year, and I could literally just go over here and do that, you know, and go find that recipe and make it. And right here it has all the pins. I've obviously been quite obsessed with Pinterest. I have almost 7,000 pins, so yeah. 10 boards, people who liked it. I have 151 likes, I have that many followers, and I follow that many people. And so what you're going to do is, like I said, when you sign on, you see all the people that you follow. Sorry if this is unorganized. I probably suck at doing this. But yeah, when you sign on, you're just going to see basically the people that you follow. And then when you click here, you see like the basics of everything that's going on right now. Like you don't have to specifically follow these people. So if I wanted to click on home decor, say you're reorganizing your home or redecorating, this is a great place to go to find ideas and inspiration. They have a lot of DIY things on here. I mean, pretty much Pinterest is limitless. There is so many different options. But yeah, so if I wanted to go to home decor, they have all these subcategories kind of up here, or I could just scroll through all of them, and these aren't people I follow. This is just like the popular kind of page, like you would go on Instagram, you know? I really like how you can go here, you see all your stuff, you can edit this picture, like your main cover photo for each one, kind of like your album on Facebook. And yeah, I just think it's a really fantastic thing. I think you guys should all check it out. It's a great way to procrastinate and waste time, and you know, 12 o'clock at night, you're done doing whatever you're doing on the computer, and then you're like, I just want to do one thing more real quick, I'm not that tired. You go on here and it'll suck you into a void, and you'll be gone for 4 hours from life because you'll be on here. But I think it is really useful for outfit inspiration, makeup inspiration, home decor inspiration, recipes. There's so many other things. Obviously, weddings is a huge thing. I think that Pinterest, the reason I found it was because someone was telling me that they were planning their wedding on it. So I think that's really awesome. BuzzFeed has an amazing, if you guys don't know what BuzzFeed is, BuzzFeed has an amazing site on Pinterest, and as well as Cosmopolitan and all those big kind of brand names, a way to follow other stuff. So BuzzFeed has all these pins, and they also have all these sections. They have wedding, facts, like, oh my god, there's like so many sections. So if you really like BuzzFeed, like those lists of 90s things, or particular like the quizzes they do or anything like that, you can find that all on here instead of like going to their site and trying to find something or anything like that. So I think that Pinterest is a really great thing. It's obviously very stereotypically for girls, and it makes sense that it is because there is so much beauty and fashion type things like what our blog is all about. Our blog is on here. I've pinned some of the things that we've posted, and it's a great way also to get your blog out there if you do have one, or videos, because so many people who are on Pinterest create a lot of traffic for things like that, so it's a great way to get yourself out there, great way to find a new audience. And yeah, so I know that this probably wasn't super organized and you might not still understand anything, but I am doing a whole blog post in accordance with this video if you want to get more of an organized kind of description. Also, like I always say, you can comment on this post and ask me any questions I might not have answered. I pretty much know all the ins and outs of Pinterest, so please ask me any questions. If you don't want to ask on our WordPress blog, then you can always ask us on our Twitter or our Instagram. We will always answer, as well as if you want a more private answered question, you can email us to our group email. All of that is listed on our blog, so please go and check that out before you leave the site, and we will see you in our next post. So thank you so much for reading / watching, and bye!